Mobile phone reception matters a lot in a bushfire. Messages and phone calls go flying back and forth as people make decisions about what to do, when to go and who else they need to make sure has left. In the bushfire-prone areas of the Blue Mountains and Hawkesbury, we know this because nearly every spring or summer, some part of my electorate experiences it. Well, here we are several weeks into another fire season. In fact, the 17th of October marks the 6th anniversary of the Winmalee and Mount Victoria bushfires that destroyed 200 homes, mine included. But there are anniversaries for fires just about every month in our area, whether it's December when the Warramoo bushfires of 2001 and 2014 occurred, or August when last year we saw fires in Bilpin and Moralia, which helps explain why there is disbelief at the government's failure to keep its promise to install mobile phone towers in Mount Tomah and Yellow Rock, and its apparent unwillingness to show any interest at all in fixing mobile black spots right across the area. We're often considered too close to Sydney to be regional or rural, but that is no comfort when the mobile signal drops out. When I think about the Morrison government and the Turnbull and Abbott government's performance in delivering the mobile black spot program, I feel despair. That the government can so willingly agree to relocate the promised Mount Tomah tower to another area outside the electorate, that it can accept the enormous delays that occur when the telcos are unwilling to negotiate efficiently with landholders in order to locate a tower on their land, even when it's state-owned land. Things like this have caused years of delay in my area alone. When I was last in St Albans, there was still no mobile reception, even though the tower was promised in 2016. What I do say to the government is put aside your politicking in making decisions about where the next round of sites go. Prioritise bushfire-prone regions where loss of life is a real danger. The Blue Mountains and Hawkesbury, located within a World Heritage Area, are amongst the most fire-prone in the planet, and people who live there need the certainty that a phone will work, not like the experience Bilpin and surrounds had a few weeks ago when power was off at both the mobile phone tower and the exchange. Because we know that things are not going to get better for us as far as bushfires are concerned. The 1,000 people who gathered at Springwood recently for the Students' Climate Change rally, they knew that. And before those who'd rather bury their heads in the sand and say, oh, we've always had bushfires, it's time, we shouldn't worry about them, it is time to accept the science and listen to the scientists. Dale Dominy Howes, who's Professor of Hazards and Disaster Risk Scientist at Sydney University, is one who says that this year is the first time Australia's seen such strong fires so early in the season, and that what we are seeing now is absolutely not business as usual. And while not directly attributable to climate change, he says our rapidly warming climate, driven by human activities, is exacerbating every risk factor for more frequent and intense bushfires. Firefighters know it. The New South Wales Rural Fire Service Commissioner Shane Fitzsimmons 5 years ago said that climate change was having an impact on every level of fire management. He said, with more days of high fire danger, there's now a shrinking window of opportunity to carry out backburning and other hazard reduction. And he says if the window of opportunity continues to shrink to get those important pre-season activities underway, then there's a broader argument that needs to be had around matters of climate change and its effect on fire management and the fire season. And Greg Mullins, the second longest-serving Fire and Rescue Commissioner in New South Wales and now a councillor with the Climate Council, says that we need governments to take climate change seriously rather than making jokes about it in Parliament with lumps of coal. So let's stop pretending that it's going to go away. It's not, and the community I so proudly represent lives with this every day, especially in the long months of spring and summer. To those of you who haven't done it yet in my community, I say clean your gutters and get your fire plan ready. Have a conversation with the family about when to go and where to go and what you'd like to take, although, as so many of us have learnt, and the recent tragedy in northern New South Wales reminds us, it's not the stuff that matters, it's the people.